Welcome back as we're getting ready to get the second half underway here at Aces Stadium. If you are just joining us, halftime our score is the Archbold Blue Streaks leading the Hicksville Aces 30-0, which I believe will initiate the continuous clock to start the second half here. Streaks will be kicking the ball off to the Aces. So Hicksville's going to need to get some points on the board to get rid of that 30-point deficit. Otherwise, the clock is going to be like the 12th man on the field. Kickoff return, ball caught by Parker Thiel. Thiel out to the 25-yard line. We didn't see Thiel in the first half. And Peyton Tunis, number 20, is out there too. He was also absent in the first half of play. I'm not going to even speculate why. But Tunis and Thiel back in action, number 2 and number 20. And the first down and 10 from the 27-yard line for the Aces to start the third quarter. High snap, Greer throws it out to Thiel. Thiel puts the ball on the turf, picks it back up, and gets taken down at the 30-yard line, a pickup of about 2. And they'll give him 3 and make it 2nd and 7. Thiel made the grab, spin move, and the ball popped out, but fortunately for him, it hit the turf right in front of him. He was able to scoop it right back up. Tunis in motion. Lateral pass behind the line of scrimmage to Tunis. Tunis turns upfield and maybe gets a yard, which is going to bring up 3rd and about 7 or 6. Well, they're going to say, yep, no gain. So 3rd and 7 for the Aces. Greer puts a man in motion, rolls out, throws it, and he throws it in front of Tunis. Incomplete, and that'll make it 4th down. And the Aces are going to have to punt it away. They're way too deep in their end of the field to take a chance on 4th down. And so the punting squad will come out. Nick Rodriguez, number 8 for the Blue Streaks, will drop back to about his 37, 38-yard line and wait for Greer's punt. They blow the whistle. Greer puts his foot into it. Not that it's going to matter. And Archbold, for some reason, has taken a timeout before the kick. So the Streaks, with 9:41, see how fast the clock moves here from 12 minutes to 9:41 in that series of play with the continuous clock. It makes it really tough for the team on the short end because it puts a whole new dimension of pressure on them with the clock management. But the Aces with the 4th and 7 getting ready to punt it away. And again, the Streaks calling a timeout very early here in the second half. So whether that's for purposes of strategy or kick caught by Rodriguez. And he goes down pretty much right away at about the 39-yard line. Of course, they might have even said that they're not going to worry about picking up big gains or striking with the long play. They might want to just grind it out and burn that clock. But we'll see what the Streaks come up with here. It'll be their ball, first and 10 on their own 39-yard line here. 9:39 to go in quarter number 3 in what so far has been kind of a long night for Aces fans, as they have been waylaid early on here by the Blue Streaks. Peterson, quarterback keeper. And the ball fumbled and recovered by the Aces at the Archbold 49-yard line. So Peterson out near first down yardage. He picked up about 6 or 7, and then as he was going down, the ball pops loose, and the Aces recover. 9.5 minutes, and the ball on the 49-yard line. Greer drops back, puts it in the air, tipped and incomplete. Parker Thiel, the intended receiver, and the play broken up by number 84, Tiarina. So bring it on back to the Aces 49-yard line, second down for the Aces. Again, the ball just across midfield in Archbold territory. Greer to Tunis. Tunis makes the catch. Tunis trying to make something happen. He might have picked up a couple of yards. And then Payton is brought down by the Streaks. They're going to give him progress out to the 46. So a gain of 3. For Peyton Tunis. Make it 3rd and 7. Greer again airing it out, and again his intended receiver Parker Thiel, and again broken up, this time by Rodriguez from the Blue Streaks. And that's going to make it 4th down for the Aces. And they're looking to the sideline to see what the call is from the bench. Aces look to be going for it on 4th and 7. Greer getting his personnel reset. Drops back. Ball in the air and out of reach for Sanderson. Incomplete, and the Aces will turn it over on downs. And so the Blue Streaks will take over, 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. They'll stop the clock long enough to switch sides, move the chains. 7:37 to go in quarter number 3. And what could be a fast second half. Peterson gets the snap. Peterson heads to the sideline. Peterson gets to about midfield. So they're going to put the ball right on the 50-yard line for Gabe Peterson and company. Peterson throws, quick hitter. It's caught down to about the 40-yard line, and that'll be good enough for a first down. They're going to actually say the 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Archbold. And, of course, if Archbold were to score, any points they put on the board just makes it that harder for the Aces to get below that 30-point threshold to go back to a normal clock. Handoff. And another nice carry number 25, Devin Gurdam. And that'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. And off to 42, Reyes. Reyes dives forward inside the 30. Reyes, 5'11 junior. Second and about 7 for Archbold. Peterson drops back in the shotgun once again. Puts a man in motion. Hands it off. That's Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to turn the corner. Nothing there. Gets down to about the 29-yard line. And one of the Blue Streaks players slow getting up on the sideline. So it looks like we may have a bit of an injury timeout here. That will stop the clock at 5:05 left in the third quarter. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Archbold with the ball on the 30-yard line. When we get back into action, they're leading. The Blue Streaks are 30-0. Working on the player down on the sideline. Not able to see who it was or how he might have injured himself. Looks like they're working on his... Okay, looks like they're working on, I think it's... I think it's number 5, but I'm not sure. And it is number 8, so that is their running back, Nick Rodriguez. It went down hard on the sideline. So we'll pause here while they are working on him, and we will be back in action as soon as they have the situation underway here on HIX-TV. Well, as he heads back across, so he'll have to sit out for at least a play and possibly longer depending on what that injury is and the extent of it. But they'll look at him over on the sideline. But again, he popped up and was moving pretty well across the field. That's always a good sign. 5:05, and the clock is going to start up again. And again, it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Streaks at the Aces 30-yard line. Peterson, nice long count. Takes a snap. Peterson hanging on to it. Moves forward. And gets down to about the 27-yard line. Not nearly enough for a first down, but we'll see if they're going to go for it. If they're going to maybe try to punt it and pin them deep. They can kick the field goal, too. It would be a pretty hefty distance. It'd be about a 45-yard field goal from, so they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Gabe Peterson takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, unloads it, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver number 25, Devin Gurdam. So the Aces will take over on their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10. 3:56, and the clock will start rolling as soon as they get set and ready to snap it. There it goes. Greer rolling out, looking downfield, nothing there. Jake holds on to the ball and heads towards daylight. Gets out to about the 35-yard line before they take him down. Greer hangs onto it again himself. Jake, first down yardage, gets out across the 45-yard line, bangs down to about the 47. So Greer gets the first down. Aces are in business, first at 10 and their own 47. Dropping back again, Greer looking downfield. And he's taken back down from behind. Got back close to the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to mark him down about a yard loss. Make it 2nd and 11. They got Greer from behind that time. 2nd and 11. Jake, quick hitter. That one's caught by Thiel. Field's brought down immediately, but not before getting out to about the 45-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but Aces get a little bit closer, and they'll have a 3rd and 2 to move the chains. Tunis in motion. Greer again quickly out to Parker Thiel. Thiel quick, and he'll move the chains. Parker gets down to about the 37-yard line. As we get down near 2 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. Mason Comiso split back with Greer in the backfield. Greer drops back, looks downfield, puts it in the air, deflected and picked off. Rodriguez back in the game, and he gets the interception and returns to the 25-yard line. So first turnover of the night.
His leg didn't hurt him that much.
And yeah, he points out that Rodriguez's knee must be feeling pretty good because he was looking mighty spry on that play. Ball was sort of deflected. Rodriguez picks it up, gets the INT, gets back to the 25-yard line. And another Aces offensive series fizzles out. And again, first turnover of the night for the Aces. They've recovered a fumble, so both teams have lost one and recovered one. Handoff. And I think that was Gurdam who bangs forward for a few yards. He'll pick up a couple. Actually, I think that was Grime, and he's heading off a little bit gimpy, number 22. Gets to the sideline. Replacement into him as we go under a minute here in the third quarter. Peterson. Long count again. Handoff. Right up the middle. And some rock'em sock'em football as Israel Reyes gets out to about the 40-yard line. That'll be good enough for another first down. He was bumping and banging through the line, making his way towards the 40-yard line. Peterson brings in the play from the sideline. 20 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. And we'll see if they even get another play off here before the end of the quarter. I don't think they'll have to. The play clock, I think, is on their side. And indeed it is. So they don't get to delay a game. They had enough time. They just held the huddle, and that means time expires, and we're done with the third quarter. And after 3, no change in the score. It's still the Archbold Blue Streaks leading the Aces 30-0. Well, as we get ready to head into the fourth and final quarter here tonight, we want to say another big thank you to our football broadcast underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships right here in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. You know, if you're in the market for a vehicle, whether you want one that's brand spanking new or pre-owned, be it a car, truck, van, or SUV, you owe it to yourself to stop by, check out the great selection they have on the lots at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, or you can check out their entire inventory online, JimSchmidtAuto.com. So if it's one of those cold and windy days like we've had for the last couple. You don't feel like going out and looking at the cars you're in person in the lot. You can check out the selection online. Also, everything you need to know about the great dealerships right here in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. Again, it's JimSchmidtAuto.com. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Our football broadcast underwriters for 2017 here on HIX-TV. We want to thank them so very much. Peterson with a quick handoff to start the fourth quarter. Nothing doing. Straight up the middle, and he gets stopped. He might have gotten about a yard. We'll make it 2nd and 9. So again, the Streaks look like they're going to take their time in the huddle. They're going to have long counts, and they're going to just see if they can just grind it out. And like I said, let the clock work for their advantage. Handoff. First down yardage, and then some. Flag on the play. Ball carried by Noah Gomez, number 21. And that's going to be against the Streaks. So that'll march him back. 10. And they stop the clock long enough to reposition the ball after the infraction. So the holding will move him back 10, and that'll make it 2nd and about 22. All the way back at the 27-yard line. Peterson, again holding on to the ball himself. Gets around Peyton Tunis and makes it out to about the 38-yard line. Tunis tried to get him around the ankles, but Peterson able to sidestep him. And makes it 3rd and about 12. Streaks will break huddle. Clock running, 10 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in regulation. I don't think there's any chance of an overtime here tonight. Peterson airs it out, could be picked off. And it is caught by the Blue Streaks. At the last minute, Rodriguez came in and snatched the ball. The offense wins ties, so he completes the pass. He goes off the field immediately, gimping on his leg again. But that's good enough for a first down and down to the 35-yard line for the Blue Streaks. Peterson, another handoff. That's Gomez again, I believe. Noah Gomez takes it down to about the 30-yard line, pick up a 5. As we're down to 9.5 minutes left in the game. Peterson sets his offense. And again hands it off to Reyes. Reyes, again, battling down inside the 25-yard line, and that should be another first down for the Streaks, and it is. Reyes carries it down to the 29-yard line. Excuse me, the 24-yard line. First and 10, Blue Streaks. Peterson, and they're just going to keep it on the ground. They hand it to Reyes again. Reyes again, powering down close to the 16-yard line. And the Blue Streaks are just keeping it on the ground and grinding it out right now. The clock is on their side. Aces can't stop it unless they want to burn timeouts. Hicksville hasn't used any. They haven't had any reason to use any of them. They still have their full complement of 3, but Peterson hands it off once again, this time to Gomez. Gomez gets positive yardage. Gomez gets down to just outside the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 11. Actually, they're going to say 1st and goal from the 10. Peterson hands it off to Gomez again. Gomez. Big scrum piles him up around the 7-8 yard line. So that'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. Peterson, long count again. Finally takes a snap, keeps it himself, powers forward, and he into the end zone. Gabe Peterson from 8 yards out, touchdown. And that's like the last nail in the coffin right there. 36-0. 6:28 left to go. They'll bring in Bedsole to kick the extra point. And that's good. 37-0. And we've got an ace on the field. So stoppage of play here before they kick it off. We're injured Hicksville player. And the Aces are going to have a lot to think about, a lot to work on, as they have been manhandled tonight pretty well here by the Archbold Blue Streaks in their season opener. We've had our fair share of continuous clock games, but usually it's the shoe on the other foot, with the Aces enjoying the advantage of the big lead and the clock on their side. It's a different thing altogether when the shoe is on the other foot, like we said, and you're on the short end battling to try to get some points on the board and also get the clock back on your side. So out there working, we cannot see who the player is. We have no idea what type of injury he might have sustained. So they have the, of course, they have the new protocols that are in place this year to safeguard against concussive injury, especially to the head. So there's a very, very strict protocol that has to be followed under certain circumstances. And so they take no chances. And he is moving around. You can see his legs moving, so that's good. We do see movement. So as we mentioned, week number 2, we'll see the Aces on the road. They're going to be heading down to Crestview to battle the Knights. And we hope to be able to accompany them on the road trip and bring you coverage here on HIX-TV. Nice facility down there and a good bunch that have made us feel very welcome in the past. So we're looking forward to being able to pay another visit down to Crestview next Friday. And then we will be back home for week number 3 to wrap up the non-conference part of the season, as the Aces will host Eden. But they continue to work on the player. They have him sitting up, and it's number 20, just number 2, Parker Thiel, okay? So Parker Thiel getting his bell rung, it looks like. His helmet's coming off. Like I said, they do have the young man sitting up. So we'll bring him to the sideline. And again, if it is he's going to get helped off. Looks like his legs are still underneath him, but as we said, if it's some kind of a blow to the head or whatever, then they'll do the concussion protocol, so we may not see him for the balance of the evening. So they walk him slowly off the field. Coach Smith helping him. And we'll get ready to get back into action. Bit of a loss for the Aces. Parker, of course, one of the two primary receivers, along with Peyton Tunis. So the Blue Streaks had scored and successfully kicked an extra point when Thiel got the injury. So we're ready to kick the ball off. Clock has stopped. 6:28 left to go in the game. It is a continuous clock with the Blue Streaks leading the Aces 37-0. Kick. It's a low liner. Scooped up by the Aces. Langham carries it out to about the 37-yard line. So, yep, I'm pretty sure that we have seen the last of Parker Thiel for this evening. As they are clearly, Amy is correct, they are clearly working the concussion protocol with him. So I will be shocked if he's back in this game. Especially with the outcome of this game pretty much decided. Why risk one of your players in a lost cause? New quarterback in, number 4, Jacob Miller, going to get some playing time. Miller hands it off, and nothing doing there. Said a lot of the younger players are going to be coming into the game now on both sides of the ball. This one is pretty much over with. So again, a chance for both squads to get some of the younger players some varsity playing time experience. Miller hangs on to the ball, and he's going to get taken down about the original line of scrimmage, which is the 35-yard line, which will make it 3rd and 13 after the initial 3-yard loss on first down. So Miller rolling out, hangs on to the ball again, and again gets back out to about the 35-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Greer's going to come in to handle the punting chores. And we'll see if Archbold's going to let their younger players take an offensive crack at things to see how it goes. Greer gets his foot into it. Fair catch signaled by number 21, Noah Gomez, at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Streaks will take over on offense. 3:42 left in the game. So here we go into the final moments of football action on this Friday night. Game's going to wrap up a little on the early side. Snap gets past the quarterback. Falls on the ball back near the 20-yard line. So a big loss. I think it's number 7 is the quarterback. That's Caleb Hogreef. He's a 5'10 freshman. So Hogreef getting some trial by fire here tonight. Misses the first snap. Gets the second one. Quick handoff. Again, that's Gomez. Gomez will get out near first down yardage. Noah Gomez gets the lost yardage back and then some, and they're going to give him the first down. So Gomez moves the chains with 2:45 left to go in the contest. Ball resting with the nose of the football on the 40-yard line for the Blue Streaks. Hogreef again has a hard time with the snap, but gets it away. Hands off to number 27. Number 27, first down yardage. And then some. That's Josh Ricker, excuse me. Josh Riker. Okay, Richer. And he gets it out. Riker gets it out to the. And there's a flag on the play, though, so hold everything. It's going to be a hold. And it's against the Blue Streaks. And if it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, they're going to be facing another 1st and 22 here. They say the infraction occurred a couple of yards behind the original line of scrimmage, so they'll back up 10 from there. So 1st and 22 now for the Blue Streaks. And this is number 5 in at quarterback. He's another freshman, Brandon Taylor. Taylor can't handle the snap and moves him back a little further. We'll make it 2nd and about 28. We'll move the ball all the way back to the 22-yard line. So 2nd and 28. Snap, he handles this one, hands it off. Nice run out to about the 32-yard line for Riker. Now we're being told it's Richer. Okay.
Less than a minute.
Yep. We go under a minute, 40 seconds and counting. So down into what could probably be possibly the final play of the game here. Hogreef, number 7, back at the QB slot. 20 seconds, and so it'll be a false start. So they call the first false start of the game comes with 12 seconds left in the contest. A continuous clock, 2-1-0, that's all. The game is over, and it couldn't have happened too soon for the Aces tonight as they are waylaid by the Archbold Blue Streaks in their season opener. The Streaks come in, and they get the job done. They put away the Aces pretty much in the first half. It was 30-0 at halftime. They added 7 more in the second half. The Aces not able to get on the scoreboard, not able to get out from underneath the continuous clock in the second half, and they take one in the loss column for week number 1. And a shutout on top of that. 37-0, the final score here at Aces Stadium. Well, as we get ready to wrap things up again, we wanted to send our best wishes out to Parker Thiel. He got his bell rung pretty good and was undergoing the concussion protocol. We also want to pass along our deepest sympathies to a good friend and volunteer, Jim Seiler, of course, his wife, Jean. Long time teacher at Hicksville High School. She was the coach of the only, to this day, the only girls basketball squad in school history that has won an outright GMC title. Cheerleading coach for many years. She passed away just a few weeks ago, and I know that was a huge blow to Jim and his family. But we want to pass along our sympathy to Jim with the loss of his wife, Jean, and we're hoping that he'll be back with us for basketball season. We're going to wrap things up again. A big thank you tonight to our football broadcast underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships here in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. And we'll be back again next week as we travel down to Crestview. One last time tonight, final score in opening week of football action. It's the Archbold Blue Streaks beating the Aces 37-0. For Amy Murphy on the camera, I'm Bill Murphy for Hicksville Community Television, wishing you good night and good sports.